Hey everybody, time once again for another update and harvest video, but let's grab some eggs first. Give those guys something to munch on. Let's get these eggs. Look at that lantern fly. Got him. Alright, let's see if there's any eggs in here for us. I have an electric fence, but I just put those rocks there too. They've been laying in this corner now. I don't really have an official nesting box. I've just been letting them lay on the ground until I get my coop made. Only 3 in here right now, but I'll collect them all the same. If I let the eggs build up too much in a pile, sometimes I'll come in here and crack them. I'm guessing by accident, but if they're trying to lay on a pile of eggs, they end up cracking if there's like a weak shelled egg. All right, let's get these chickens back. Some pretty nice colored eggs. A lot of them are on the smaller side because some of my new hens have started laying. I end up with about 6 to 8 eggs a day, but I guess I didn't get moving yet. All right. Let's get to the actual garden here. This is my corn that I planted back at the end of my potato video. It's doing pretty good. Most of it sprouted. Some in the corners here didn't make it. Oh, looks like a squirrel or something. Got one of them. I'll try to pop that back in the ground later. Over on this side, it's doing pretty good. All right, so hopefully some corn's in my future. Compost bin, I had to get rid of that squash, that big squash I was growing out of it, because unfortunately the squash vine borer got me. So there's just this tomato here, which I might just get rid of too. I don't even see any flowers on it yet. It's not looking too great, but it was free, so I figured I'd just let it be, see if anything came of it. Okay, is there anything in here? Peppers looking solid. Look how nice these are. Jigsaw pepper. The colors on those are great. The leaves itself and the peppers. Oh man, that pepper is so tiny. Is it gonna focus? That's a small one. What is that supposed to be? Serranos? I think they're supposed to be bigger than that, but this drought, who knows? The shishitos have been my star pepper. I already got a fat harvest off of those. I just made a recipe video. And this vine, I think this is a cantaloupe or a honeydew. I got so many leaves, so many flowers, but no actual fruit. It's crazy. I don't know. I'm just letting it be. The bees like the flowers a lot, but I don't know where all the fruit is. I had a squash here, I had to rip it out because of the vine borer. All my squash got basically. Or the, yeah, I had like some bell-shaped squash and, what is that, zucchinis. Those all got. I did replant those though, recently. There's a little mini butternut squash. Plant itself's not looking great. Only got one. Actually, there's another one down there. All right, got all the cucumbers, I think. There's a few small ones, but I'm gonna let those stay. But that's a decent harvest of cucumbers right there. And it looks like I got a good amount more to come. A lot of flowers. Got a real jungle going on here. Let's see, there's another eggplant in there, but it's not quite big enough yet. This guy right here is a fatty. I'm gonna take that. That's nice. And I have more Chinese eggplant. Put the camera down for a second. 1, 2, 3. Look at that, 3 more. Solid harvest so far. This bowl's getting heavy. These pepper plants in here, they're doing all right. Looks like a lot more small fruit. They had a slow start, but they're doing okay now. Actually, you know what? I remember seeing an eggplant here the other day. I forgot to grab because it's hidden. Oh yeah, look at that. There we go. Look at the color on that one. I've been wanting to grab that. Now's the time. Add that to the bowl. Nice, nice. I'm gonna put this bowl down just to show you guys the jungle I have going on back here. And actually, I just noticed I got a nice melon growing here finally. But look at all this, all these vining plants I have. Pumpkins and melons and squashes. It's really starting to get hard to walk back here. I got sunflowers getting really tall. Some of them like 6, maybe 7 feet even. Starting to bloom. I see a lot of, I have like Goliath sunflowers in the back that just have the one head. Then I have, I think these are Lemon Queen. Those have a bunch of heads all over them. So excited to see more of those open up. But look at all this. This is this is a mess, but it's producing. Little watermelon. I know I had, look at all these little, I think they're like little butternut squashes. I have some more mature ones here too. That they're starting to change color. So these ones I've planted in ground are doing pretty nice. You gotta watch my step. But this right here, oh, this right here is my pride and joy. Besides my kids, that's my first big size watermelon. That's pretty good. It's still pretty young, but I'm thinking that's gonna be really big because there's only couple other tiny watermelon I've seen, so I'm hoping that gets to pretty massive sizes. I'll be happy with whatever though. It's getting hard to walk back here. Looks like I'll have butternut squash to last me all year. But well, let me turn you around here. Look at all that. I'm going to step away for a minute. That is a ton of vines. Sunflowers looking awesome. Let's see what else is going on in here though. In these black cages you see, they're like little garbage cans I got from Dollar Tree. It's like I just planted a bunch of little squash and like mini pumpkins and stuff. Figured that'd be nice for the kids for Halloween. Some new zucchinis I got in the ground. This is my first year growing ground cherries. I didn't know this thing gets this big. Stay super low to the ground. But look how big this plant is. It is really spreading out. I mean, the pumpkin's right around the edge of it, but that thing is taking up a lot of space. I'm gonna start growing these under my trees. They're really sweet. I've been liking them. If you don't know what a ground cherry is, it makes these little things like a tomatillo, these little husks. You open it up, you got a little yellow tomato looking thing. And this variety is really sweet. Tastes really good. A little hint of tomato-iness at the end there. But you know they're ripe once they fall to the ground themselves. You could pluck them too if you see that the little husk has turned yellow. But look at all that. I got you turned all around here, but there's a ton of these cherries here. Ground cherries. Looks like I have a lot to look forward to. I'm not seeing any on the ground really. Just a couple. I've been out here snacking every once in a while. The first ones I was eating were small, but the last one I just grabbed before and ate on camera, that's looking a lot bigger than the first ones I had, so it's looking like they're sizing up too. But ground cherry, first time trying it, and I'm liking it. I have another ground cherry here, not nearly as big. But they've been pretty prolific. There's a lot of fruit on these things. I have a lot of tomatoes. I've been getting a lot of blossom end rot on these San Marzanos. I see online a lot of people have to deal with that. Some of them have been really nice looking, others got the blossom end rot. Let me pause the video real quick and collect the ones I think look good. Not too many that were good to harvest. I've been taking a lot as the summer's been going on. I have a lot in my freezer, enough to make a sauce out of. But yeah, a lot of these are ending up with this, some really gross blossom end rot. I read a few things online, inconsistent watering, which would make sense because just kind of summer that we've been having, or calcium deficiency, or just this type of tomato is more likely to have that happen to it. So I'm not really too worried. I have a good amount of tomatoes already. Let's see what else we can harvest. I did have a lot of blackberries. The squirrels got me good with that one again. Ooh. An actual blackberry. Wow. That is That's like textbook blackberry right there. This is sweetie pie variety. I'm just gonna eat it right here. There's only one. Wow. It's really good. Oh. Found another. But yeah, there were a ton of berries, but the squirrels came and got me. I did set up a squirrel trap, so I've been fighting back. I don't know if you guys have much interest in seeing or hearing about squirrel traps, but I've gotten like 5 of them so far. I don't know if it's going to help too much this year, but since they already robbed me on my fruit trees, but I'm going to keep it going, and hopefully for next year their numbers will be dwindled a lot more. I have a good amount of cherry tomatoes I could pluck right now. The basil's been looking really good. Been using that for toppers for pizza and stuff. Let me put you down and grab all these cherry tomatoes. All right, collected all the tomatoes I could. Mostly little cherry ones. These yellow globe ones, it's like striped zebras or apricot zebra. And these long ones right here, this prairie fire, have been my favorites this year so far. Even though they're not slicers, the flavor on them is really nice. As you can see, kind of letting this tomato patch get away from me a little bit, but there's a lot more good stuff to come. Seeing a lot of green tomatoes out here, which is nice. A ton in here. Which kind is that? Is that my sun golds? I hope so. Whatever they are, I'm sure they're delicious. But I haven't gotten too many bigger tomatoes because I don't know if it's the heat, they're staying small, plus I don't want to blame the squirrels again. I find them like half eaten when they even tiny bit of blush on them. Like I've been trying to grab them whenever I see any color change at all. But sometimes I'll just see big green tomatoes eaten on the ground. But I have a lot of green ones here to look forward to. So there's still plenty of harvest left this summer. Look at that. That looks good. What's going on back here? Strawberries on the ground. Those are the old North Sea. They're not doing anything anymore. Figs, doing all right. Oh, dropped a tomato. Getting some tiny figs here. I don't know if they're gonna be able to mature in time. This is the first year in the grounds. They're not only 1 year old, but my first year having them in my backyard. Fly buzzing around me. But the figs are doing all right. Except for that one. That one's not looking that great. That one didn't put on much growth. This is my squirrel trap. Let me spin you around here. Forget the brands. If anyone has any interest in learning more about it, I can talk about it in another video or something, but this thing's caught 5 squirrels for me so far. I should have started it a lot sooner because they got all my apples, all my peaches, all my nectarines. Oh man, I got some funny videos of I was bagging them like individually in these nylon bags, hoping that would protect it, but then I would just see the squirrels running up the trees with my nylon bags of fruit. I'm like, oh man, this is a joke. So probably not gonna do that next year. This is I had strawberries planted here, bare root. They didn't take off. I'm like, oh man, I gave them a lot of time. So what I ended up doing is I started these, half of this is yellow. I don't know the exact names. I'll have to find them. It's like a yellow variety and a white variety of strawberry that are in the ground here. I grew them from seed. So that was my first time ever trying to grow strawberries from seed. except for these four. Oh, turn you around here. These four right here, I got those off someone on Facebook. I forget the variety, but those are a traditional like big red strawberry. But the rest of them are whites and yellow. We're supposed to have like some pineapple notes to them. See how true that is. What else is going on here? Another ground cherry. But these ants just live in my backyard. Oh. Couple more cherries. Oh. Sorry, I'm new to this camera still, even though I've been using it a bunch. I got more vining stuff. These are pumpkins, I believe. I'm trying to have pumpkins in time for fall, so my kids have something to carve. These are calendula, I believe is the name of the flower. Those are looking pretty nice. I have some other flower back there. I forget the type, but I guess I'll know once it blooms. Trees are looking healthy, even though all the fruit got robbed. I still have to spread out these wood chips. Got another sunflower here. Lemon Queen. This is another thing I'm pretty excited for. It's asparagus peas, they're called. They have another name too, but they look awesome. I got one planted on each corner of this teepee thing. Been trying to guide them up here, and it looks like, I don't know if I can zoom in on that. I don't know if that's gonna show up or not. Maybe a little bit, but looks like they're gonna start budding and flowering, so hoping I get to try some of those this year. Oh. Spotted another couple ground cherries I could bring in. They're tasty. Looks like eventually I'm gonna have like 100 ground cherries to eat, but not yet. Got another watermelon here. I got stuff being protected, hoping for rain. And I think the last thing I'm gonna leave you guys off with is this little teaser. Where is it? Well, I got you all turned around here. Sorry for this camera work. There we go. Dwarf Tamarillo. But this thing is getting pretty tall and starting to put off some of its first buds. But apparently this thing can get to like the size of a small tree in one season. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so I guess that concludes my drawn out update and harvest of my garden and food forest. Just wanted to keep you guys informed of what's going on, keep it real. But solid harvest. Another few pounds of food. Organic produce right here. Some stuff you're not gonna find in stores, or at least not in stores around by me. So happy to have it. Thanks for watching.